Hey guys, Chris here with Work2Game, and today I'm going to talk about the new MacBook Pro. Brian's been doing some commentary, and we've kind of had some back and forth. I believe he's going with the Studio at this point, but my wife and I are laptop people, and so the MacBook Pro is still, in my mind, the leading laptop in the industry, especially considering what I'm about to go over. First and foremost, I want to admit that I am a confident buyer. If I buy something and I don't like it, I believe that is my fault as the consumer for not doing the research. I really don't return things. I simply don't buy from them again. That being said, this is one of the first major technology purchases that I've been this unsure of, and I really was on the fence back and forth. There's a couple of things that I think that they really have gotten away from, and that scares me as a Mac user, for lack of a better term. So let me back up. Sometime in the late 2000s, maybe 2006 to 2010, Steve Jobs sold me on the ecosystem, the lifestyle that is Apple, that is Mac. And I bought into that lifestyle, and with each and every step that I bought further in, it became better and better. I have a time machine for my router. It automatically backs up my iMac. I've had MacBook Pros. I've had tablets. I have had iPhones. These things have all talked beautifully with each other. They communicate with my Apple TV, and overall, I have been thrilled to be a Mac user. It has been incredibly valuable to me, both as a student and as a professional, and now as a hobbyist, now that I'm no longer in an industry where graphics is a big piece of what I do for a living. But there are a couple things that I think are unbelievably important to what made them Mac. First and foremost is thoughtfulness. MagSafe has been around since I converted, since my very first MacBook. It was one of the very first things that made me think, yes, this makes sense. MagSafe will not be on the new laptop. I believe this is a huge mistake. Now, this can be gotten around by the fact that I believe Belkin and maybe a few others have a MagSafe-like product, so I can get away from that, but simply telling me that data will transfer faster over a new port, or that you believe that this new port is the next new thing, doesn't work for me. When you told me to drop the CD-ROM drive, I believed you. When you told me to drop legacy ports, I believed you. But to come out with something and then back away from it doesn't make any sense. And that moves me to my next point. When the last iPhone came out, that is the iPhone 7 as of this point, you announced that the headphone port was no longer important, that it was outdated technology, and that you, who really took off after the iPod, as far as recent history is concerned, have said that music listeners don't need a headphone port, and then you turn right around and release another product that uses this. That is ridiculous. Why is it not a lightning port so that I can use the exact same things? Just give me a dongle. Just go ahead and commit. That is the biggest thing that is bothering me about this entire thing, is that they have not committed to the things they have said. Dongles are absolute jokes. The fact that there is no legacy port on it whatsoever, there is no lightning port on it whatsoever, is ridiculous. I believe that those two things, the fact that there is no legacy port whatsoever and that they have not been consistent between just the iPhone 7 and the new MacBook Pro, prove that these are the very first two major devices that have none of Steve Jobs' fingerprint, and that we are going to see a shift in what Apple is. That doesn't mean it gets worse, but it does mean that I need to reevaluate if I am buying in, because I don't owe them any loyalty as a customer beyond the fact that my lifestyle is now committed to them. Things like Adobe CC are now cross-platform. Time Machine, while it is amazing, can be mimicked by third-party software. The only thing convincing me that MagSafe isn't totally necessary is the fact that there's such long battery life promise that if that turns out to be true, I don't need to be charged in. But that means I'm now treating my computer like a phone, where I charge it at night and I use it all day. So the battery life is really going to have to hold up. And for that, I'm a little nervous. This is a lot of money to be putting into something that if I end up plugging it in and somebody trips over the cable or bumps it, it launches this incredibly light device halfway across the room, breaking something that is not hundreds of dollars that I have insurance on through American Express or through your phone carrier or through the phone itself or through Apple, but rather a laptop where you have dozens of documents saved, and it's thousands of dollars, and most likely if you have any coverage whatsoever, it's only partial coverage, so I hope your pocketbook is ready for a really bad day. All in all, those are the major concerns that I have. I am going to be looking at getting us a studio, should our budget permit, next year, and that would be the first device that stands alone as an island. If the Surface Pro can hold up to this, as an island in my entire Apple household between my wife and I, this may be the last major Mac purchase I make, and that's a little scary. So at this point, I am saying I am still buying a MacBook. I have chosen not to cancel my purchase even though I am offered a full refund as of this point. It should arrive sometime in the next week or two, and I will let you know more once I have an initial review. I just wanted to put this out there. There is enough here that I am sure enough to make it, but I am not so sure that I am ready to tell other people, yeah, you should totally do this, when not all the information is in. I just wanted to share that because I think there's probably some other Mac users out there that are kind of in the same boat as me. I'm not ready to jump for all the hype that Microsoft is going through, but my eyes are open and I am aware that it may not be a company that I am spending the amount of money I've spent in the past moving forward over the next 3, 5, 10 years as I continue to make technology purchases. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video if you'd like to see more like it. Please subscribe if you haven't joined our community, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.